there, I'm Jackie Curtis, and we're here today to talk about the Lions Club. I'm here with Janice Knobb and Michael Elkins, and they're wearing their pretty yellow vests, so let's dig right in. I myself don't really know a lot about the Lions Club, although I do recall being at a very good chili dinner that I think you sponsored. So Janice, if you'd be so kind, could you give us a little background, a little history on the Lions?
I would be happy to. The Lions was organized way back in 1917 by a gentleman by the name of Melvin Jones. Post-World War I in Chicago, he came back and recognized that there was a need for service after that. So he got together with some businessmen from Chicago, and they put together the Lions Club. And it took off from there.
Wow. Now, I understand that there was some interaction with Helen Keller at some point?
I guess 1925, Helen Keller came on the scene, and yes, she was of course, we all know, a big advocate for blindness, deafness, and you know, the disabilities that she had. She challenged the Lions Club at that time and to a commitment to vision, and brought forth her idea about it with Melvin Jones, and that partnership took off.
So I have always associated the Lions Club, of course, with vision and donating eyeglasses. But Michael, I understand that the end goal and the mission is like so much bigger. So could you tell us some of the overall goals of the Lions Club?
Well, the Lions Club's involved in a lot of different areas. So most of what we do is related to vision. So you'll see things like the Diabetes Foundation. Again, it's about preventable blindness and things along those lines that really drive what we do. So we have programs that are related to childhood hunger. We have programs that are related to vision, diabetes, again for vision on that, and local, and really just supporting the local community, which is really a big part of why I decided to join. It fit with what I wanted to do.
Where did the name Lions Club come from, and what's the story on those yellow vests? I mean, I'm feeling a little underdressed today.
So the Lions Club, the yellow vest for starters is something that we wear. It came about in 1951, and it was adopted by everybody. And the yellow vests basically are a way for us to represent. You'll see it's a bit of our history on there, and Janice is a director. We have slightly different vests, but it's our way of wearing our pride out loud, our commitment to the organization. We wear these to club meetings and for most of the events that we actually do with raising money in charities or anytime we're representing the Lions.
So is it like the Cub Scouts? I mean, are you getting merit badges? I mean, do you get more stuff as time goes on?
Well, depending on what your service is, and we do have, as when you're in the Lions for a length of time, like Michael and I, we've been in for about a year. So we're just getting started. But we have members that have been in the club since its inception, 25 years. I think it's 25 years, right?
For Tellico Village, yeah.
Right, for Tellico Village. We serve, you know, Loudoun County. But they get service recognition as we go along, and we'll get little pins, and whenever we bring someone into the club, we get recognized for that. We get recognized also when we go above and beyond. Yep. We have many who not only volunteer with the Lions Club, but also with other services as well. So that also is recognized. But the yellow vest is, you know, you can spot us anywhere.
Absolutely.
And that was the point of it, is to actually, you know, we want to know who we are, and this color just brings attention, and it works perfectly well.
And you'll notice the badge. And
I did notice that.
So, so the lion actually came about, the organization wanted something to represent, and the basis behind the lion is that it represents strength, courage, vitality, vital service, I should say, and fidelity. So all things that you really want to represent within the organization. And I think that really it does a tremendous job, and we wear this very proudly as far as how we take this to the public.
I understand why. So Michael, you moved here a little over a year ago, I guess, and you moved to Tellico, and we all love it here. And there are like 200 clubs that you could join. What drew you to the Lions as your volunteer service?
So there's a few things. One is being new here, I wanted to be involved with people that were service-minded, really wanted to be part of the community. I wanted to give back to the community, and I wanted to be involved with that. So there's a lot of clubs in Tellico Village, but the Lions Club, while we also support Tellico Village, also supports the greater Loudoun County community. So it was a big part of that. But the biggest piece is, you get to meet some really amazing people. There's some, we have a blast at all the Lions events we do, going to the chili cook-offs and things like that. So it's an opportunity to serve the greater community, but also provide services back to Tellico Village. So a lot of what we do does feed back into Tellico Village, but as we're raising money for things like, the vision centers and things like that. So think about, we have the chili cook-off. That's an area where everybody comes together, they have a great time, they get a great meal, they hang out with their friends, and they have a lot of fun. But so that the people of Tellico Village know the money that they provide for putting on the chili dinner, that's where we raise that money. That's what pays for all of these services. So the people of Tellico Village are really involved in supporting the community as well. It's just that we make that happen through the Lions Club.
And the chili's pretty good too.
And the chili's pretty good. And Oktoberfest, so
Same thing.
the brats are pretty great.
I understand that you took a boyhood trip to Japan that sparked your interest.
Yeah,
Can
that's
you tell
my
me
my
that?
first experience with the Lions was as a 16-year-old, and at the time I was living in Oakland, California, and Oakland's sister city is a place in Japan called Fukuoka. It's one of the larger cities, an industrial city there, and every other year they would swap. So on an odd year, I got to go to Japan and stay with a family for a little bit over a month and experience that. It was all done by the Lions, and we did a lot of Lions events while we were there, and it had a tremendous impact on me, because you really start to realize, you think about the Lions Club, people don't necessarily realize there's 1.4 million members for the Lions around the world. There's 47,000 clubs around the world, all doing what we do. And it's that understanding of service and community, and you can see it everywhere you go. And you have an opportunity to interact everywhere you go. So that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it sounds like it is.
Yep.
So, Janice, tell me how you got started with the Lions. I understand you have family history.
Yeah, my grandfather and my father, and then eventually my mother in 1987 when the Lions brought women into the community. So it's always been a family affair for us. And so it was a natural progression for me. And also being a nurse, retired nurse, my goal was always to give back. I knew that this was something I wanted to do, and the Lions Club has been an amazing vehicle for that. The camaraderie, the commitment, the mentoring, the sense of giving back is amazing. And we work with Tellico working together.
Yep.
That's another organization. It includes not only just the Lion Club, the Kiwanis, all the churches, and other organizations. We work together with them to provide service to the community. But the Lions Club in particular has a very unique culture, I feel, an environment that just nurtures that sense of giving and commitment. It's constant in our meetings and our social activities, and that's what really attracted me to the club, to the Lions Club in Tellico Village. It's an amazing organization.
Now, I have always wondered, this is probably just me, since I have worn glasses, I have always taken my glasses to the library or the school or wherever. They collected them, put them in the bin when I got the new ones. Who figures out those prescriptions and how to get them to the right person? And what about eye exams? You're the nurse. Can you fill me in?
well, it's anybody can do the eye exams, but as a nurse, of course, I'm always interested in, I consider it a diagnostic procedure, really. But it's a wonderful program. We do about 3,000 a year, exams a year.
Here in Loudoun County?
In Loudoun County,
wow.
And that's who we serve. We have a children's program and an adult program as well. And the children in Loudoun County, one day we did, I'm not kidding, 300 kids in one day. But it went really quick. There was a whole team of us, and we just worked together and got them through. It's wonderful, and it's just so nice to see what we can do. It's amazing that we find a child that has a little bit of a problem with seeing, and they're in school, and they might be struggling a little bit. We will provide those glasses for them. We work in conjunction with the nursing staff in Loudoun County. They set up all of the the meetings and visions that we have, and they take care of the referrals with the children going to the doctor, and we follow up with the classes. It's great.
Well, as a retired teacher, I can certainly tell you that that kid who can't really see the board, who's just mouthing off, once they get the glasses, it's a blessing, trust me.
You're making a huge difference in somebody's life. That's the part.
Somebody mentioned that besides throwing my glasses in that bin, which I think is at the Tellico Village Library, I should be throwing other things. So what are those things?
Right, we extended that program into hearing aids. And cartridges, ink cartridges, and
cell phones.
Yep. I think that's the other thing that we do.
All be reused.
And it all can be reused. So, and the other drop off is at the Welcome Center. That's a big drop off there, in the back.
Oh, okay. I was unaware of that.
Yeah,
but
back of the Welcome Center is a nice drop off. Very convenient. Just drive up.
Now, besides vision, I have heard that you're involved in so many things. We'd have to have a 2-day program.
Yeah.
But Habitat for Humanity and our local fire department and Iva's Place. So,
the library.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have the Tellico Village Library. There's a long list, and actually it's available on the website. But things like Good Samaritan, Four Paws. There's a lengthy list that all of the donations that we support, that we gather, go to. So,
in the library we provide large print books. Which is amazing, and so we have a whole section on that in the library. And I looked at it the other day.
I went in Tellico Village.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, large print.
Large
books.
print.
Yes, Michael.
There might be a need.
Are you saying that there might be a need?
There might be a need. Just saying.
I might agree with you.
Well, I'm a friend of the library, and there is a really large section of large print books, which I actually have a friend who requires using them and so appreciates them. I volunteer with 2 local charities myself, not nearly as big as the Lions, of course. And I know for us, the biggest issue is always, how am I going to pay for this? Tell us something about your fundraisers, when they are. Oktoberfest, I'm assuming, is in October.
Yes.
We just had the chili dinner. We have the Oktoberfest in October. We just had the golf tournament, and those are the primary ones. We also do, when did we do Strides? So
September.
September is the Strides Diabetes Walk, and that raises money that goes to camps for, so imagine you're a kid and you're just learning about diabetes and trying to figure out how to learn with or how to live with diabetes. These camps help these kids go through that. And again, this is about preventable blindness, and diabetes being one of the primary causes. So it's really about giving back to the community and supporting community programs that really help people.
As a non-golfer, how does the golfing thing work? I mean, people sign up for a tournament and play.
Yeah, it's a scramble. Okay. So it's a little bit different than a tournament. So you sign up as a team, and the scramble is set up, and you start out at different holes and work your way back. You know, it's a lot of fun, and there's a entry fee, and that's all raises money. It's the same, as Michael said, that goes into the community that we support.
And it's for fun, right? So what happens is you also have things like people can donate additional money. So I want to buy up to the next tee box, or I want a pro to hit my drive.
Right.
Because a pro can hit it probably 100 yards farther than I can.
Mulligan program,
so there's a lot of different ways that people can add additional contributions, if you will, all in having fun playing this tournament.
Raffles.
And raffles and everything, and it's really about giving people an opportunity to have fun, but also give back. Same thing, chili cook-off,
So if I had
Oktoberfest.
enough money, I could just have a pro play for me. We'll think that over for next year.
Actually, I'm sure there's probably some teams out there that try that.
That's the only way I can play.
Good luck with that.
Now, one of the charities that I volunteer for, Four Paws Food Pantry, shameless plug here, just had you guys, and when I say just, I got mine yesterday in the mailbox, deliver flyers in my lower mailbox, which I think is one of the greatest services. I mean, I learned so much through those flyers. My husband sort of just tosses them on the table. I'm like, no, give me the flyers. So how does that work? I mean, do each of you have to do your block, or?
We each have routes.
We have an assignment.
So we each take that. It's organizations pay, or people pay to have their flyers put in. So if you think about it, you have we'll, like this time, I think we had 7 or 8 flyers. There's a magazine.
And the
Sometimes there's a
magazine, yep.
postcard.
Yep.
All of that has to get collated. So the Lions Club actually has equipment to bring all of these different brochures together, put them all together in stacks so that they can easily be sorted through. Because if you can imagine the amount of time it would take for all of us to sort through and put each one together just to put it in a mailbox. So we have the equipment that allows us to do that. And then it gets distributed the last week of the month to each of the people that are driving their routes, and they're responsible for delivering those. So that's a service we provide, and that's, again, goes back to supporting all of the Lions Club efforts that we do.
Our little charity has already found it worthwhile, so thank you for that service.
I heard. The Good Samaritan was it had a great success. They were getting all kinds of donations coming through, so we love to see that. We love to see that it's effective. So, for those that are considering putting out, more flyers, there you go. It works.
I think that Mike just said something about being effective. That was what I saw early on when I decided to join, this particular, knowing about the Lions and knowing about how they committed through all of my life. But this particular group is very committed, and I have seen the effectiveness of what we do, and it's wonderful. It's just wonderful. You get that instant feedback when you do something nice.
Yep.
It's selfish.
So, Janice, I'm a retired history professor, so I could not help but notice that you said that women were not allowed in the Lions until 1987, which is a tad late, let's just say. So how has recruitment of women, I mean, here you're sitting in your yellow vest with a director badge. How has the recruitment of women gone, and are you making great strides there?
We are making great strides, and I'm so proud of it. We have a woman president, which is wonderful. Kathy Dooley is our woman president. She's amazing, and she has been extremely instrumental in bringing more women in. And the rest of the women has joined her in that endeavor. So the women, what we do is we support everything, and we work very well, with the men. But we do get things done. We get things done.
I understand.
Pretty quickly, and we're very organized, and we support each other. The women do support each other in the initiative, which is what I really like too.
My church, groups I belong to, sometimes the conversation just always rolls around to, oh my gosh, we're getting old. How are we going to replace each other? How is recruitment coming along? What do you guys do about recruitment? Are you attracting new members, younger members?
Yep, that's why we're here.
Yes. Yes.
This is part of the
So this is an
program.
awareness
That we
piece,
are,
right?
yep,
So,
yep.
but we do have a lot of there's a very strong push for recruitment, both here in Tellico and as well as internationally. So internationally, we're at 1.4 million members. We're pushing for 1.5. Here, we're pushing to grow by about 15 to 20. If we could, and I would say for this year, and I think we are well on our way in doing that, and that's just the people that are joining. I think there's an energy, and I think there's just a drive that attracts people to come in. Like I said, like-minded people that want to serve and want to be part of that, and that's the opportunity that we're presenting is come join us and really be part of something special.
One of the other things in the same line that you're saying, Michael, is that you can also work and this is not just for people who are retired. Michael works.
Yep, full time.
He worked full time, and he has devoted many, many hours to the Lions Club. As I said, it's a passion for him. We have people who work part-time, full-time, but wherever your level is, if you're retired, whatever, there's something for everyone in our organization. And if you don't think you have time, you do. You have time.
Well, I have been very impressed with all your activities and level of commitment and enthusiasm. So if I knew someone, someone comes up to me, maybe having seen this program and said, Jackie, how do I get in the Lions? Or where do I get more information? What is the answer to that? How do you join? Or?
Yeah, there are a couple of places you can approach one of us in the yellow vest at one of our at one of our fundraising organizations, and we'll hook you right up. It's one way, and that's very good. The other way is we have a web page, and we also have a Facebook page, which has a lot of information on who to contact, what to contact, and numbers. It's very, very easy.
Yep, you can find us on
Very
Tellico
easy.
Life.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for contacts there, and you can reach out to anyone, we'll get you dialed in.
Yeah.
So
It's easy.
come and join one of our meetings, and you can see what we're all about, kind of see what the process is.
Absolutely. We meet on the first and third Tuesday of every month at Little Italy at 8 o'clock. And if you're interested, you can come. Come one, come all, and you get a free breakfast.
Is there anything we've forgotten before we go?
What do you think?
You know, we talked about the kids
Yep.
and their programs. Also have a full eye program for adults.
Yeah.
So, and in some cases, you know, people have come through and gotten their eye exams, and we've been able to connect them with people to fund their, pay for their eye care, for their
Exactly,
insurance and such.
yeah.
So, it's a broad program, and we're very proud of everything that we've been able to accomplish and do. I mean, just the kids programs, the adults programs, everything that we're funding, and we're grateful for the tremendous support from everybody in Tellico Village, because we just have.
Yeah, it's
you know,
amazing.
This has been so interesting, and I want to thank you, Janice and Michael, for being with us. I've been really impressed with all I've heard about the Lions Club. I'm really blown away by all the things that you've accomplished. I'd also like to thank our audience for being with us, and gosh, give some thought to being a lion. So much good work going on. And also thanks to Tellico Village Network for allowing them to tell their story.